I get it, you standing in the middle of the living room, scrolling through a dozen Al-Anon home gym ads, and the thought that you might waste hard-earned cash on something that ends up just gathering dust is nagging at you. You want something that actually fits your space, your budget, and the kinds of workouts you actually do, not a glorified piece of DCO that looks good but doesn't hold up when you need it. And that's exactly why I'm digging into the PUCNHZYNW adjustable dumbbell stool today. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's picture the typical home gym scenario. You've got a compact apartment, maybe a spare bedroom that doubles as a workout zone, and you're trying to squeeze in strength work without the hassle of a full rack and a stack of plates. The idea behind a combined dumbbell stool is simple: one piece that can hold weight for weighted sit-ups, serve as a bench for dumbbell presses, and transform into a set of adjustable dumbbells when you need isolation work. That's the promise the PUCNHZYNW model makes, and the way it's built tells us a lot about whether it delivers. The most immediate practical strength is the shear load capacity. A max load of 300 kilograms, about 660 pounds, means the frame isn't a flimsy plastic contraption, it's engineered to take serious weight. For most home users, that ceiling is well beyond what you'll ever need, but it does give confidence that the stool won't wobble when you load it up for a heavy squat or a weighted sit-up set. In real-world terms, if you're someone who already benches 100 kilograms and wants to add a few extra kilos for core work, the stool can handle that without creaking. Adjustability is another core claim. The design lets you add or remove plates in small increments, so you can fine-tune the resistance for each exercise. Imagine you're doing a set of weighted crunches. You start with 5 kilograms plates on each side, feel the burn, then slide on another 2.5 kilograms plate for the next round. Because the plates lock into place with a simple twist mechanism, you don't have to wrestle with bolts or pins mid-workout. That quick change ability is a real time saver compared to pulling out a rack of dumbbells, especially if you're moving from a set of sit-ups to a dumbbell curl in the same session. Space is the silent pain point for many apartment-dwelling fitness enthusiasts. A traditional set of dumbbells and a bench can take up a corner of a room, but the PUCNHZYNW consolidates those functions into a single footprint. When you're done with your weighted core routine, you can simply slide the plates off, fold the stool back into a compact seat, and store it under a desk or in a closet. That dual-purpose design makes it a strong candidate for anyone who's limited to a 44-meter workout area. Now, let's talk about the practical weaknesses that often hide behind the hype. The first is the learning curve of the weight-adjusting mechanism. The twist lock system is sturdy, but you do need to align the plates perfectly before you tighten. If you're in the middle of a sweaty HIIT circuit and try to add weight quickly, there's a chance of misalignment, which can feel a bit awkward until you get the rhythm down. It's not a fatal flaw, but it does mean you'll spend a few minutes at the start of each session getting used to the motion. Second, the stool's height is fixed. It works great for sit-ups, overhead presses, and even a limited range of dumbbell rows, but it isn't adjustable in terms of seating height. If you're taller than 6 feet, or have a preference for a higher bench for certain chest exercises, you might find the seat a little low, forcing you to improvise with a step or two. That limitation isn't a deal-breaker for most users, but it's something to consider if you already own a variable height bench and expect the same flexibility. Another subtle trade-off is the weight distribution when you use it as a dumbbell. The stool's frame is solid, yet when you lift one side, you're essentially holding a short lever with the plates extending outwards. For exercises that demand a perfect balance like a single-arm curl, with a strict form you'll notice a slight shift compared to a traditional dumbbell that's been weight-balanced at the factory. Most reviewers I've spoken with say it's a minor adjustment, but it does require a bit more core engagement to keep the movement steady. So, who should actually consider buying this thing? If you're a beginner to intermediate lifter who primarily does bodyweight moves, core work, and occasional dumbbell isolation exercises, the PUCNHZYNW offers a cost-effective entry point. The Al-Anon nature means you won't need to purchase a separate bench, a set of plates, and a couple of dumbbells, which can easily exceed $300 when you add up the individual pieces. For a small apartment dweller who wants a solid, heavy-duty solution that won't dominate the floor, this stool hits the sweet spot.